So today we're diving into the pretty high-stakes world of gambling advertising. We're talking about a game of massive influence, big money, and a growing global fight to protect the public from, well, going all in. I mean, if you've watched a game recently or even just scrolled through your phone, the answer is a huge yes, right? From the logos on team jerseys to posts from your favorite influencers, these ads are basically part of the air we breathe now. And that saturation, that's exactly why we need to talk about this. All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with what I'm calling the ad flood. Then we'll look at the industry's own playbook for responsible ads. After that, we'll see how regulation is working in the real world, tackle the new digital frontier, and finally take a peek into the future of the game. Okay, first up, the gambling ad flood. Let's really get into why this constant, non-stop exposure has become such a huge concern for so many people. So, what do we actually mean when we say gambling advertising? Well, it's a massive umbrella. It's not just that commercial you see during the game. It's the logo on a player's jersey, it's a pop-up banner on a website, it's a hot kit from an influencer on social media. It's this whole ecosystem designed to keep gambling on your mind all the time. In this is where the real problems start to pop up. All that exposure, especially for kids and young people, it just starts to normalize what can be super risky behavior. It creates this real danger where ads might mislead people, especially those who are vulnerable, making gambling look like a quick fix for money problems, which is just a devastating idea to plant in someone's head. Now, to push back against those concerns, regulators are pushing for a kind of counter strategy, what's called responsible advertising. So what does that playbook actually look like? You know, the core idea here is actually pretty simple. It's about shifting the goal from just getting more customers to actually protecting them at the same time. Responsible advertising means making sure every single message is honest, it's transparent, and it doesn't push behavior that could lead to some really bad outcomes. It's all about harm prevention. And when you put them side by side, the difference is just night and day. On one side, you have this dangerous fantasy being sold that gambling is your ticket to success, creating this false urgency and often targeting the most at-risk people. The responsible side? It's the complete opposite. It's about being totally upfront about the risks, showing people exactly where to get help, and making damn sure that message only reaches adults. This whole playbook really stands on four main pillars. First, the message has to be truthful. Second, it has to actively shield vulnerable people. Third, it needs to offer a lifeline by including info on how to get help. And fourth, and this one is huge, these rules have to apply everywhere, from a big Super Bowl ad all the way down to a 15-second TikTok video. No exceptions. Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this stuff actually work in practice? Let's take a look at two very different approaches on the ground, one in Kenya and one in the UK. First up, let's talk about Kenya. Back in 2025, they were facing this booming market and growing fears about underage gambling. So the country basically hit a giant reset button. They put in place a complete nationwide ban on all gambling ads for 30 days to clear the deck for a totally new set of rules. And their new system is incredibly strict. They're banning aggressive phrases like "bet now." They're requiring that a full 1/5 of any ad has to be a warning message. Plus, every single ad has to get a stamp of approval from multiple government agencies before anyone even sees it. It's a system built around prevention, not just reacting after the fact. Now, the UK, they take a different approach. It's more of a team effort. You've got the Gambling Commission setting the big picture rules. Then you have the Advertising Standards Authority that actually enforces them. And then you have charities like Gamble Aware that handle public education. Their focus is less on approving every ad and more on cracking down on specific harmful messages, like anything that suggests gambling could be a replacement for a job. But here's the thing, both of these models, Kenya's and the UK's, are running up against a massive shared challenge. The entire game has moved online, and this new digital frontier makes the old rulebook almost obsolete. I mean, just look at the difference here. Regulating a TV ad is pretty straightforward, right? It runs at a specific time, it has clear boundaries. But how do you regulate an influencer streaming live to a global audience? The content is on 24/7, and it brilliantly blurs the line between what's a genuine personal opinion and what's a paid ad. It's a totally different ballgame. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is a recognized reality. The UK's own Gambling Commission points directly to social media and influencer marketing as a huge new channel that demands attention. The people in charge are very aware of the shift. So when you put it all together, the digital roadblocks are just enormous. You've got companies beaming ads across borders to get around local laws. You've got influencers who build so much trust that a promotion feels more like advice from a friend. You even have users doing the advertising for free just by sharing their wins online. For regulators, it is a perfect storm. So, this all brings us to the big final question. Where is this all heading? What does the future of this regulatory tug of war even look like? Well, it seems to be heading in a few key directions. Ad tech is only getting smarter, more personal, and it's finding its way into new spaces like online games and Discord servers. In response, the push for public education is going to get stronger, and the need for everyone, governments, tech platforms, and the operators themselves, to actually work together is going to become absolutely critical. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one fundamental balancing act. On one side, you have a powerful industry with huge commercial interests, and on the other, you have a very clear, very urgent need to protect the public. Navigating that tension, well, that's the whole game. And that just leaves us with one final lingering thought to chew on. Advertising technology is evolving at lightning speed. It's getting smarter, subtler, more woven into our daily lives than ever before. So the really big question is, can the slow, careful process of regulation ever truly keep up? And that's a question we're all going to see answered in real time.